Hello friends, welcome to Bankers platform. So friends, please confirm whether my voice is audible. So friends, in today's class we will discuss the important questions which are related to foreign exchange. So friends, let's start our today's session. So our first question is, every certificate of registration guaranteed under granted under FCRA 2010 shall be valid for a period of dash years from the date of its issue. Every certificate of registration shall have to be renewed dash months before the date of expiry of the certificate of registration by customer. So friends, in this question you have to tell that what is the validity period of FCRA certificate. The certificate which is given by FCRA, what is the validity period of that, and another you have to tell friends that within what period it is renewed. So friends, you can give the answer in the comment section if you know the answer. So for how much time this registration certificate is valid and within what period it should be renewed. So let's see the right answer, and friends, the correct answer is the validity period is for 5 years. Validity period is of 5 years, and friends, it should be renewed in 6 months. So if any person is having the FCRA account in our bank, in any bank, so that FCRA account they have to get their certificate renewed within 6 months before the date of expiry of the certificate of registration. And the validity period है friends, that is 5 years from the date of its issue. Okay, let's see second question. Documents are submitted by exporter customer within dash days from the date of shipment. If there is a delay in submission of documents, branch should seek clarification from the exporter reason for the delay in submission of documents. So friends, यहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि जितने भी exporters हैं they have to submit the export documents in the branch. तो फ्रेंड्स, उनको कितने दिनों के अंदर एक्सपोर्ट करने के फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ शिपमेंट से कितने दिनों के अंदर उन्हें जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं वो बैंक में सबमिट करवाने हैं. लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. So right answer is friends 21 days. So within 21 days from the date of shipment. So friends, this thing you have to remember, that from the date of shipment, because in exam the question can be framed like that: 21 days from the date of invoice, 21 days from the date of the consignment reached at the destination. So there can be tricky also, so you have to remember from the date of shipment. and if there is a delay in submission of document, branch should seek clarification. So if there is a delay, then clarification can be taken from the customer. Okay friends, let's see our next question. Question number 3. Branches are advised to verify and satisfy the genuineness of shipping bill number, date, etc. in the dash site. So friends, in branches, like customer is giving the documents of export, so from which site we have to check whether the export documents are genuine or not. So your option can be from the Reserve Bank of India site, DGFT, FIDI, IceGate. So these are the options. You can give the right answer in the chat section. So let's see the right answer, and friends, right answer is IceGate. There is a site IceGate. In this site you can go and you can check the genuineness of the export documents, whether these documents are genuine or not. Let's see our next question. Question number 4. It has been decided in consultation with the Government of India that the period of realization and repatriation of export proceeds shall be dash months from the date of export for all exporter including unit in SEZ, Special Economic Zone. So friends, in this you have to tell what is the period of realization and repatriation of export proceeds. Okay फ्रेंड्स, लाइक somebody is making export, किसी ने फ्रेंड्स एक्सपोर्ट किया है, तो कितने दिनों के अंदर वो पेमेंट रिसीव हो जानी चाहिए, विद इन हाउ मेनी डेज द एक्सपोर्टर शुड रिसीव द पेमेंट ऑफ एक्सपोर्ट. सो ऑप्शंस कैन बी 2 months from the date of export, 3 months from the date of export, 6 months from the date of export, 9 months from the date of export. So you have to give answer. So friends, I am giving you options also, so you can use your mind and give answer in the chat section. Whatever you feel, nothing will happen, but you will use your mind. Okay, so let's see what is the right answer, and the right answer is 9 months. So friends, 9 months is the period. In 9 months the export proceeds should be received. Anybody who has made the export, so he should receive the payment within 9 months from the date of export. This you have to remember, from the date of export. Let's see our next question. Question number 5. AD may allow NRIs on submission of documentary evidence to remit up to USD dash per financial year from NRO account. So friends, NRO accounts are there, and any NRI person is there and he wants to make the repatriation, he wants to send the money from NRO account to abroad. So how much amount he can send abroad from his account, how much USD he can send in a financial year. So this you have to give answer, and your options will be 1 lakh USD, 2.5 lakh USD, 5 lakh USD, 1 million USD. So let's see what is the right answer, and the correct answer is 1 million USD. So friends, in a financial year 1 million USD can be sent from the NRO account, and in that on submission of documentary evidence. So there is documentary evidence is also required, and one can send $1 million in a financial year from the NRO account. So friend, one more question can be asked from here, that what is the TDS rate, what is the TDS rate in NRO account. So friends, NRO account में कितने % TDS applicable है, like you know in accounts we are charging 10% TDS, but what is the TDS rate for NRO account? So TDS will be 30%. So 30% TDS is applicable, whatever the interest income that will be there in NRO account. So 30% TDS will be applicable in that. Let's see friends our next question. Question number 6. Not exceeding USD dash, authorized dealers need only a simple letter from the applicant containing the basic information like names and the addresses of the applicant and the beneficiary, amount to be remitted and the purpose of remittance. Friends, in this question you have to tell up to what amount a simple form can be used for making the remittance. Like up to what amount, कितने अमाउंट तक का फ्रेंड्स अगर रेमिटेंस करना हो, then a simple letter will work in the bank for sending the money abroad. So your options can be $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $25,000. So friends, you are not giving the answers in the comment section. In the live chat you can give the answer whatever you feel, you can give the answer. So let's see what is the right answer, and the correct answer is $25,000. So friends, if somebody wants to send $25,000, up to that only a simple letter from the applicant is sufficient. This is the guideline of RBI. RBI has given this guideline for the banks. So let's see our next question. Question number 7. AD branches may now allow remittance by a resident individual up to USD dash or its equivalent per financial year for any permitted current or capital account transaction or a combination of both. So friends, this question is related to LRS. What is the full form of LRS friends? You can write in the comment section. LRS. So this question is related to LRS, and the full form of LRS is Liberalized Remittance Scheme. So friends, here you have to tell what is the limit of amount that one can send in a financial year under LRS, and your options are $50,000, $1 lakh, $1.5 lakh, $2.5 lakh, $5 lakh in a financial year. So let's see what is the right answer, and the correct answer is $2,50,000. So this much amount a person can send under LRS, Liberalized Remittance Scheme. So friends, अगर कोई भी abroad अगर कोई भी remittance करना चाहता है, then they can do up to $2,50,000 under LRS. Okay, let's see our next question. So friends, one question more can be framed here, that how much TCS is applicable. TCS, you know friends, tax collected at source. So if you are sending money, अगर कोई भी friends abroad पैसे भेज रहा है, then TCS is also applicable, that is tax collected at source. तो friends आपको बताना है कितने से ऊपर amount होगा तो TCS will be debited, then TCS will be debited. So the right answer for TCS is above 7 lakh. So friends, if anybody is sending the amount more than 7 lakh in INR, 7 lakh, above 7 lakh will be there, then there will be a TCS. There will be a TCS debited, and that will be 5%. 5% TCS will be debited from the account for sending the money. Okay friends, let's see next question. Question number 8. Friends, this LRS scheme is very important, and in the bank promotion exam, one question you will definitely get from Liberalized remittance scheme. So you can remember these points. And friends, from foreign exchange topic, you will get 8 to 10 questions will be definitely in your bank promotion exam. So you should see all these questions and it will be very helpful for you. Okay friends, let's see this 8th question. In context of remittance allowed under LRS for maintenance of close relative, RBI in consultation with government has decided to align the definition of relative with the definition given in Companies Act 2013 instead of Companies Act 1956. The scope of term relative as per Companies Act 2013 would be. So friends, like if you're sending the money abroad to your close relative, तो फ्रेंड्स कौन से वो क्लोज रिलेटिव है जिनके लिए आप पैसे भेज सकते हैं. सो हेयर फ्रेंड्स 9 relatives are given, so you have to tell which cannot be the part of this. तो फ्रेंड इसमें से आपको बताना है कि कौन सा पार्ट नहीं होगा क्लोज रिलेटिव का. अवर ऑप्शंस आर स्पाउस, फादर इंक्लूडिंग स्टेप फादर, मदर इंक्लूडिंग स्टेप मदर, सन इंक्लूडिंग स्टेप सन, फिफ्थ इज सन्स वाइफ, sixth is daughter, seventh is daughter's husband, eighth is brother including step brother, and ninth is sister including step sister. So friends, these are the 9 relatives names are given, so you have to tell which of these is not a part of close relative. So friends, the correct answer is that these all are the close relative. These all will be the close relative. All are close relative. Okay. So you have to remember these all. Okay. Let's see next question. Question number 9. In terms of regulation 16 of notification number FEMA 23/2000 dated May 3rd 2000, where an exporter receive advance payment with or without interest from a buyer outside India, the exporter shall be under an obligation to ensure that the shipment of goods is made within dash from the date of receipt of advance payment. So friends, if somebody has received the advance payment, friends किसी ने advance payment receive किया है तो उसे कितने दिन के अंदर जो है पेमेंट, वो कितने दिन के अंदर उसे शिपमेंट कर देनी है. लाइक somebody has received the advance payment for export, so within how many days he has to make the shipment. Okay, from the date of receipt of advance payment. Advance payment रिसीव करने के डेट से कितने दिनों के अंदर आपको लाइक एक्सपोर्टर को शिपमेंट कर देना है. योर ऑप्शंस आर 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. This will be the option. So friends, the right answer is 1 year. So within 1 year from the date of advance payment. So advance payment की डेट से 1 साल के अंदर जो है फ्रेंड्स एक्सपोर्टर को गुड्स जो है वो शिप कर देने. ओके, लेट्स सी अवर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So friends, this question is related to advance payment only. So here is in advance payment, if somebody is making the advance payment for goods. So friends, यहाँ पे आपको बताना है what will be the criteria. Particulars are there. No need of guarantee from a bank of international repute or standby letter of credit. तो फ्रेंड्स यहाँ पे 2 ऑप्शन है, एक है PSU and other is other than PSU. So friends, what is the limit? No need of guarantee. Without guarantee friends, कितने तक का जो अमाउंट है गुड्स के लिए दैट कैन बी रेमिटेड एज एडवांस पेमेंट. तो फ्रेंड्स, कितने तक का जो अमाउंट है वो एडवांस पेमेंट में रेमिट कर सकते हैं. फॉर PSU व्हाट इज द लिमिट एंड फॉर अदर देन PSU व्हाट इज द लिमिट. दिस टू यू हैव टू टेल. सो फॉर दीज बोथ द ऑप्शंस आर 50,000 USD, 1 lakh USD, 2 lakh USD, 5 lakh USD. So you have to give 2 figures, one for PSU and other for other than PSU. So for other than PSU, no need of guarantee from a bank of international repute. So this is for friends advance payment, कि कितने तक का अमाउंट होगा, तो एडवांस पेमेंट करने के लिए जो कंपनी है उसे किसी भी गारंटी की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होगी. सो फॉर अदर देन PSU इट इज 2 लाख अप टू 2 लाख. अगर कोई भी फॉर्म जो है वो अदर देन PSU है, इन दैट केस वो up to 2 lakh rupees tak without any guarantee they can make the advance payment. And for this PSU the limit is 1 lakh USD. So if PSU is there, then 1 lakh USD they can remit without any guarantee. So friends, next point is guarantee from a bank is required. Guarantee will be required if the amount is more than 2 lakh and up to 10 lakh USD. Okay, and above 1 lakh is there, then guarantee will be required. This is for advance payment. Any person, any company from India, they are making advance payment to outside country. Okay, these type of questions are also asked in the bank promotion exam. So this need to obtain guarantee from a bank of international repute, letter of credit. Okay, in that above 10 lakh or its equivalent, in absence of guarantee from a bank of international repute. So that friends which we have discussed above, which we have discussed, that is for goods, and this is for services. And if it is services, then no need of guarantee up to 10 lakh, this is 1 lakh USD, and in both cases it is 1 lakh USD, whether it is PSU or whether it is non-PSU. Okay, in both cases it is 1 lakh, no need of guarantee from bank. But if it is more than 1 lakh, then guarantee is required in case of services. And next is rough diamond. So if somebody is making the advance payment for rough diamond, then KYC due diligence should be done, and this Gems and Jewelry Export Promotion Council recommendation on overseas mining company, these things are required. Okay, and third, good track record and recognized processor of rough diamond, and branch should be satisfied with the bona fides, and this Kimberley certification is there. Remittance is not permitted for import of counterfeit diamond. So Kimberley certification, sometimes friends this question is also asked, Kimberley certification is related to which thing? So then you can say this import of rough diamond, it is related to import of rough diamond, Kimberley certification. So in this, no need of guarantee from a bank. Okay, for this column is for non-PSU, and this is for PSU. For PSU up to 1 lakh, no guarantee required. Okay, this column is for PSU and this is for non-PSU. And another is in the absence of guarantee. So friends, you can read these, and these points you can remember because any question can be asked. Okay, and next is aircraft related import, whether party has received permission from Ministry of Civil Aviation and Trade Policy. So then the related to aircraft, no need of guarantee. So in that $50 million up to $15 million, there is no requirement of guarantee. This is for non-PSU and this is for PSU up to 50 million. For both the limit is same. PSU, non-PSU, no need up to 50 million. Above that there is a requirement of guarantee for advance payment. So friends, these are some important points. Okay, let's see our next question. Question number 10. Import payment should be made not later than dash months from the date of shipment, except in case where amounts are withheld towards guarantee of performance, etc. Like friends, in previous question we have seen that after receiving that advance payment within 1 year we have to make the shipment, but here import payment should be made not later than dash month. सो यहाँ पे फ्रेंड्स आपको बताना है कि जो इम्पोर्ट की जो पेमेंट है वो मैक्सिमम हम कितने मंथ्स तक कर सकते हैं। इम्पोर्ट पेमेंट लाइक एडवांस पेमेंट, इम्पोर्ट पेमेंट इज कैन बी डेट फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ शिपमेंट। शिपमेंट के कितने दिन के अंदर हमें इम्पोर्ट पेमेंट जो है वो कर देनी है जो भी एक्सपोर्टर है, except in case where amount are withheld toward guarantee of performance. So here your options are 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year. Like somebody has done import, किसी ने फ्रेंड्स import किया तो उसे कितने दिनों के अंदर import की पेमेंट कर देनी है। Okay, from the date of shipment, this you have to remember, from the date of shipment. So let's see the correct answer, and the right answer is 6 months. Okay, within 6 months import payment should be done from the date of shipment. Okay, let's see next question. Question number 11. AD bank can consider granting of extension of time for a settlement of import dues up to a period of 6 months at a time maximum up to period of dash years. Like friends, यहाँ पे हमने पढ़ा कि 6 मंथ के अंदर हमें इम्पोर्ट की जो पेमेंट है वो कर देनी है फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ शिपमेंट। बट जो एडी बैंक है दे कैन गिव द एक्सटेंशन, वो एक्सटेंशन दे सकते हैं ओके एट ए टाइम, एक बार वो एक्सटेंशन दे सकते हैं मैक्सिमम अप टू पीरियड ऑफ डैश, कितने साल तक के लिए वो एक्सटेंशन दे सकते हैं दैट यू हैव टू टेल, एंड योर ऑप्शंस आर 1 ईयर, 2 ईयर, 3 ईयर, 5 ईयर। And irrespective of invoice value for delay on account of dispute about quantity or quality or non-fulfillment of terms of contract, financial difficulties and cases where importer has filed suit against the seller. So यहाँ पे आपको बताना है मैक्सिमम कितने दिन का टाइम जो है AD बैंक कैन गिव। So friends, write in the comment section whatever you feel. Your options are 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. For question number 11. So friends, everybody is only watching, nobody is giving the answer of the question in the chat section. Okay, let's see what is the right answer, and the right answer is 3 years. So for 3 years maximum the AD bank, authorized dealer bank, can give the permission to make the payment of import. So friends, you can also visit our playlist of bank promotion exam where there are more than 100 videos are there, and friends you can watch those videos and it will be very helpful. And friends, you can also tell from which bank you all are in the chat section, from which bank and when your exam is going to be conducted. Okay friends, let's see our next question. Question number 12. Trade credits for import into India. Trade credits, that is TC, refer to credits extended for import directly by the overseas supplier, bank and financial institution for maturity up to dash years. So friends, here you have to tell जो ट्रेड क्रेडिट्स होते हैं उनकी जो मेच्योरिटी होती है वो कब तक के लिए होती है, व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम टाइम ऑफ मेच्योरिटी ऑफ देम. So your options are here 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. So for Saru Ratan has given the reply UCO Bank. So when your exam is there, okay, let's see friends the answer of this question number 12, that is 3 years. So friends, जितने भी ट्रेड क्रेडिट्स होते हैं that is having a maturity up to 3 years. 3 साल की फ्रेंड्स मेच्योरिटी होती है ट्रेड क्रेडिट्स की. ओके, लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 13. For goods exported to a warehouse established outside India, the proceeds shall be realized within dash months from the date of shipment of goods. सो फ्रेंड्स जितने भी गुड्स हैं जो एक्सपोर्ट हम कर रहे हैं, जो भी एक्सपोर्टर है, अगर वो गुड्स को वेयर हाउस इस्टेब्लिश आउटसाइड, अगर उसका आउटसाइड वेयर हाउस है एंड ही इज़ मेकिंग द एक्सपोर्ट, तो फ्रेंड्स उसे कितने दिनों के अंदर जो है अपनी पेमेंट रियलाइज करनी है. ओके, दैट यू हैव टू टेल. So let's see what is the right answer of this question. And the right answer is 15 months. So friends, if any exporter is there and he is exporting the good to his warehouse, so he has to get the realization of his payment within 15 months. So 15 months will be the answer for this question. Okay friends, let's see next question. Question number 14. For crystallization into rupee liability, the authorized dealer shall apply its dash rate of exchange. The amount recoverable thereafter shall be crystallized rupee amount along with interest and charges if any. So friends, यहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि like if you are making crystallization of a bill into rupee, okay, so in that case which rate will be applicable? There are different types of rate like TT selling, TT buying, bills selling, bills buying rates are there. So here you have to tell which rate will be applicable. So friends, right answer is TT selling. TT selling rate will be applicable. And this question is many times asked in the bank promotion exam. Let's see friends, next question. Question number 15. Minimum dash percentage of CIF or CIP value if LC does not indicate insurance coverage required. So friends, अगर जो letter of credit है उसमें अगर friends there is no indication, nothing is indicated, कुछ भी इंडिकेट नहीं है हमें कितने का इंश्योरेंस लेना है, तो मिनिमम हमें कितने परसेंटेज का इंश्योरेंस लेना चाहिए, कितने परसेंट का इंश्योरेंस हमें लेना चाहिए उस केस में. सो यू हैव टू गिव आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन एंड दिस इज़ अ वेरी पॉपुलर क्वेश्चन. मैनी टाइम इट हैज़ कम इन द बैंक प्रमोशन एग्जाम एंड योर ऑप्शंस आर 30% ऑफ CIF वैल्यू, 50%, 80%, 100%, 110%. And friends, the correct answer is 110%. So there will be minimum 110% of CIF value insurance has to be taken. Okay, अगर कोई भी चीज़ इंडिकेट नहीं है LC में कि हमें कितने का इंश्योरेंस लेना है, then we have to take the insurance 110%. So friends, these are the 15 questions and these are very important questions with respect to foreign exchange topic of bank promotion exam. So friends, thanks for watching. So you can go through these all questions again and it will be very helpful for you to prepare, and you will definitely get 2 to 3 questions from all these questions. So friends, you can also visit to our channel playlist. This is the playlist of our channel. So here friends, you can go to the section that is bank promotion exam. This is the bank promotion exam playlist. Here more than 102 videos are there and these videos will be very helpful for you, and here you can get more than 2000 questions you will be getting, so it will be very helpful to you. So friends, thanks for watching. So friends, you can subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed, and like this video if you have benefited from this video. Thank you friends, thanks for watching, have a good night.